Hello, my faithful followers. This is my only second video for the new channel, but it's a big one. Definitely, I will be talking here about the upcoming huge card in Riyadh, and yeah, that's gonna happen this Saturday, the 12th. Yes, of course, we know the main event is the crowning of the undisputed light heavyweight champion, of course. Um, yeah, I don't know really what's going on here, or I don't see the WBA title listed here. That's funny, but I think it will be on the line probably. It should be, but before I get to that. First, a couple of fights from the undercard. Anyway, well, I'm just gonna go quickly through some of them. I mean, these three, because the main fight, it's gonna take some time to talk about. It's worth it. First, Chris Eubank Jr. His return. Yeah, he is again fighting as a middleweight, and he's fighting a Polish fighter called Kamil Szeremeta or Szeremeta, something like that. Yeah, I mean, if you have been following boxing, that Eubank Jr. has been in the news a lot. This is his first fight since last year in September when he beat and avenged the loss to Liam Smith, which so far is his only KO loss. He's got 3 losses altogether and 33 wins. So Szeremeta is 34 years old and kind of around the same age as Eubank. I think actually Eubank might be 35 or soon, if nothing. But Szeremeta has only fought really 2 guys who are really top notch, and those are Gennady Golovkin and Jaime Munguia, and both in right after one another. First, in December 2020, he lost by corner retirement to Golovkin after 7 rounds. And then in June 2021, he lost also by corner retirement in 6 rounds to Munguia. So yeah, he doesn't really have any really notable wins, but has scored some decent wins. Yeah, and he's now, I think, has been chosen carefully as Eubank Jr.'s opponent because he is beatable for Chris Jr. Obviously. So I don't know if the fight will go the distance. Of course, it's hard to say, but I think Eubank Jr. We might safely say if she should win this, and if he doesn't, then it's a sign that he needs to retire. And if he struggles, also it will not look good for him, for his future. And should he get dropped or something like that, and so yeah, that's that fight. I think Eubank will win it anyway, either by TKO or stoppage or decision. So. And then Jay Opetaia is fighting against Jack Massey, who he has fought as a heavyweight also. Jack Massey is a little taller at 6'4". Opetaia is 6'2", but yeah, he's never really. Well, he has a victory. His last victory was his best, I think, against Isaac Chamberlain. Yeah, in June. He won on points. He also lost to Richard Riakpour before and Joseph Parker as a heavyweight, but hasn't been stopped, yeah, by either of those. So it will be a tough assignment for Opetaia to stop him, but he can do it. I believe he can. I mean, he has the power and the skills and all that, the tools. Even though, in his last fight he had to go distance against an old Maris Bridis, but Bridis is still, a really one heck of a fighter. So, yeah, this is something else. Jack Massey is a notch or two below Bridis in level of quality. So, yeah. Anyway, Opetaia, of course, is a clear favorite. This is the IBF Cruiserweight title fight, by the way. And if he doesn't, once again, if he doesn't win by a knockout, it will be by decision. So, yeah, I don't think Massey can win. Unless he should land, of course, a surprise punch and knock Opetaia out. But nothing in his record suggests that he is capable of doing that, really. I mean, he hasn't, his only knockout against, let's say, a notable point was in 21 when he knocked out Bilal Lagoon in 3 rounds. Yes, but Bilal Lagoon was really never some kind of really good fighter, and the best result for him was a draw against Dmitro Kucher. So there you go. So yeah, anyway, Opetaia will win this for sure. Then we have finally the co-main event: Fabio Wardley versus Fraser Clarke. And wow, the first fight, was it really dynamite? Yeah. Fraser Clarke was a surprise. I mean, he did get dropped twice, but he also had several good moments in that fight. He's a very strong, very big guy. Oh man, yeah, he's a bear of a man. And I don't know if Wardley can even knock him out, but I thought that in the last fight Wardley didn't really produce his best performance. Still, I mean. Yeah, he took some time off and stuff like that, but I guess that was because of Clarke's very physical game and his, him being heavier by like 20 something pounds. Yeah, 22 maybe something. So 10 kilos, So that's a pretty big, a notable difference, of course. Yeah, so this time, I don't know really. I mean, of course, I'm backing Wardley to win because he's still the more talented guy with more fights. Fraser Clarke only has 9 so far, and Wardley has 18. So, it will be still another tough fight. I count, I reckon. But I hope this fight. I mean, last time I thought that Wardley should have been given the nod, but yeah, for some reason he wasn't. And this time I hope whoever deserves to win anyway will get the decision, which will most likely be Wardley. He can also stop Fraser Clarke, but as I said, he must be really kind of on, like non-stop, like keep the pressure up and land the punches, throw the punches. Yeah, the problem with Wardley, he sometimes seems kind of lazy on the offense. That's weird. Because, he always figures, I got the power, I don't have to throw so much. But against a guy like Clarke, you have to. Right, Fabio, you have to do it. Now you know. I hope you know, of course. I think he knows. So I back Wardley to win. I think even by a later stoppage, maybe around 10 or 11 or something. Yeah. All right, finally, we got to the main event, Mr. Um, ladies and gentlemen. Beterbiev versus Bivol. Yeah. Man, this is, yeah, there you have the WBA title. This site is weird. So, you know, this is the fight we all been waiting for at 175, of course. I mean, this have has been in the waiting, for a while. But now, it's happened and finally, yeah, it still isn't too late, definitely. I mean, Beterbiev is 39, but he's a young 39. And Bivol is also 33, so it's not like he's in his 20s or something, so it's not a huge age gap. It's just a little bigger, 6 years, of course. So both guys are orthodox, fighting from the orthodox stance, and Beterbiev has a very slight reach advantage, nothing really to worry about. And the big difference is, of course, in the KO percentage, 52 for Bivol and 100 for Beterbiev. Bivol does have three more fights, three more victories. He's just seems to be like in his last fight, he just kind of discovered his power again, his ability to score knockouts. It seems, he started, of course, as a knockout artist, but when he became a champion, he didn't have many knockouts at all. It was like 99% decision victories, so or something like that. But now he stopped Malik Zinad in his last fight, which was really an exciting fight. So yeah, that was really thrilling to see him score another knockout. Of course, he will not be favored to win by a knockout here, but still, I mean, who knows? I mean, I got a friend who thinks something else, thinks different. Shout out to Joshua Brewer of 86 Boxing, my boxing brother, and also to Tim Skywalker, by the way, of Skywalker Boxing. Hey, brother. So, yeah. This is an amazing fight, amazing matchup, really. I'm speechless. I still almost can't believe that it's gonna happen now, like just around the corner. I mean, let's start with the styles. Of course, have very different styles. Beterbiev is just a seek and destroy kind of puncher knockout machine. Bivol is a boxer who really has great fluid movement, the jab, everything. Really, he's amazing at neutralizing his opponents, their offense. The best example was what he did to Ramirez, Zurdo. That was, never have I seen someone, a world class boxer, kind of look so bewildered, so helpless, totally. Anything he did was just came back without any kind of results. And yeah, he just looked terrible in the fight, so stiff. And Beterbiev is, however, a little different, also physically, not as tall as Zurdo, and a better mover, also, I would say. Yep, I mean, you can see the best example of that against Anthony Yarde. He even was in trouble briefly in that fight, but Yarde is a really athletic fighter, so he managed to get back and just destroy him, chase him down, which isn't that easy, surely. So, yeah, he's very capable. Like, he's not just a hard puncher, but he's a pretty athletic guy himself and knows how to close the distance, how to cut off the ring, and all that. That a true knockout artist must know. And but of course, he's hardly faced anybody like Bivol before. The closest that we have is Gvozdyk, and he had some problems there. I mean, it took him 10 rounds to do the job, and yeah. So there you go. But Gvozdyk is still not as agile or as clever as Bivol, I dare say. He's a good technical boxer, but who has power as well. But yeah, hardly on Bivol's level, really. And that's why I think Bivol can beat, of course, Beterbiev, and probably will, I think. Because so far he's been nothing but really dominating his opponents, really big time. I mean, Malik Zinad was doing well, but it seems that was what Bivol wanted, to let him think that he was doing so well, and then suddenly bang, it was over quickly. So he's got that shows Bivol has tremendous IQ, man, tremendous fighting IQ, and he just is born to do this, and against a kind of destroyer type fighter, I trust he will, have the right answer. He's got great defense as well. That's very important here. He's very able to avoid punches and slip punches and move and avoid punches with movement as well, of course. And yeah, that's kind of all I think about Bivol. And Beterbiev, as I said, he just is a beast and knows how to chase down his opponents and land the right punches at the right time, of course. It's an instinct as well. So it's always when you got a boxer versus puncher fight, it's always going to be very interesting, man. And I trust the first 3 rounds will be just feeling out more or less, and then it will probably explode after that, and we all will look to get Beterbiev on distance and just box him, jab him, and counter punch, and yeah, win that way. Yep. Of course, Beterbiev will do what he always does: cut off the ring, and yeah. But also be patient. He is a patient fighter. He patiently waits for his chance for an opening. He's never really rushes it. So yeah. Well, yeah. Without more talking, I think, as I said, I favor Bivol to win anyway in this fight because of his extraordinary skills and IQ and all that. The way he's been dominating, as I said, and both have been dominating, yeah, but like Bivol has hardly been, in any kind of trouble so far, you might say. So, yeah, the closest he got was against, I guess, Lyndon Arthur when he was hit with a body shot and hurt. But yeah, he got out of it all right. So yeah. Anyway, those were my thoughts on this weekend's big card in Riyadh. Thank you for watching, and follow me also on in the Boxing Chit on Sundays, right? Bye.